Really good high school player. Good fake.
Reed turned the corner and is fouled by Holland.
Man, oh, come on now.
Stevens.
Hey. Scuffle ensues. They are at it. By the way, too, when I see brawls, maybe this is just me, man. I love seeing everyone on the outside of it. Like, let me be on the outside of the little mosh pit, the group, so when the camera pans, you can see that I'm there trying to defend my teammate, but I'm not really trying to defend my teammate. Look, Malik Beasley not even leaned in.
This is not good.
Like, Dante over there comfortable.
This has been building on the last handful of possessions.
Let's go, Dante. Man, I miss that dude, dog. Let's go, Dante. Yeah. This is my favorite part. He's looking for Nas. He's looking for Nas Reed. He's not worried about nobody else. He's looking for Nas Reed. He goes over. Yes, sir. That's my guy. Tap. Boom. So this was the 90s where, like, honestly, it's funny you say that, Derpy Entertainment. I was thinking that when I was watching this. Everyone we want a 90s type of vibe. We want 90s players. And I've been saying it all year. This year we've had a lot of physicality this year that they've let players get away with, right? I'll give the NBA and I'll give the players that credit. There's this narrative that guys are soft and guys aren't getting after it, but I've seen a lot of physical games this year. Right, a lot of defensive games this year, probably more so than the years past. And Isaiah Stewart, right? Isaiah Stewart is a 90s player. I mean, what does he do on the basketball court for real? Like, no skill. He's just out there to be an enforcer. And granted, I think there's a roster spot for players like him in the league. But the 90s, he's right there. So, fighting 101. I got to tell you guys this, man. I loved every bit of it. I loved every bit of this brawl, scuff, whatever you want to call it, right? Point number one. I don't even know why Nas Reed is really mad for real. I know that they've been a little bit physical back and forth. Y'all getting your ass beat by 10 right now if you're the Timberwolves. And Nas Reed took exception to that foul, started pointing the finger in his face. And just before this, right, Dante DiVincenzo had gotten pushed down on the floor by Isaiah Stewart. And honestly, let me go find that. I got to give Isaiah Stewart some credit.
And Isaiah Stewart had a brief exchange after the throwdown from Rudy Gobert. Stewart walks right in DiVincenzo's direction, says something here, a little bump.
Good point.
A little playoff intensity early in this ball game.
Little shove.
Nice.
Little little shovey shove. Look. I love this. Look. Isaiah Stewart, look. He tries to grab the ball like a crazy person, and then he waits. He waited for him to get up. I never thought I would say it. Props to Isaiah Stewart. He waited for Dante to get up. I'm going to start with the Detroit Pistons on this, right? Because anytime the Detroit Pistons get into a fight, obviously there was the Malice in the Palace back then, and then it all originated from the 1980s, the Bad Boys Pistons, right? And anytime there is a scuffle, anytime Detroit is physical or get into a fight, this is Detroit basketball. And I get that narrative comes and goes when they're relevant, right? But I think it's important to have that right now. Cade Cunningham is cunning. He is coming into his own in the NBA. He has the potential to be an all-star he could maybe fuck around and become one of the superstars in the league. Having enforcers and people to protect you are a massive part of that, right? Because when you're a star player, a go-to offensive player in the league, right? Whether you are a good defender or not, the opposing team is going to target you. Whether it's throwing different defenders at you, putting you in a bunch of ball screens so that, their bigs and their players can go and put a body on you and be physical, try to knock you off of your game. So having an enforcer that could hit someone back, it almost resets games. And when you're a star player in the league, it allows you to play with a lot more freedom than you otherwise would, right? Because when you're the star, you can't be the one getting in fights. You can't be the one getting thrown out of games, getting too technicals. Like, that can't be your role, even if you are the toughest guy on your team. You need other guys that can do that and set the standard. And now you let your star players play. And now the physicality is where it's supposed to be, and they get to use their creativity and their skill and talent freely, right? So for a team that has a player like Cade Cunningham, and I love that they lean into this, right? I love that they're going at people, right? JB Bickerstaff was literally saying this is what we're about. It's a non-negotiable to stand up for your teammate. So this is something that they speak about. This is a culture thing for them as a team. And like I said, when it in the long run, it can help you elevate your star player and let them do their thing. And Cade has been unbelievable this year. Right? This is a scrappy, physical team. And I love that they're leaning into that, right? I think in a way it's kind of necessary, right? Because if you're the Detroit Pistons and you guys have been the fucking front door carpet for all of these teams, right? Like, everybody's just stomping on you. You need guys to be able to say, hey, we're not taking none of that shit. It's important to have players that are like that, right? So if you're the Detroit Pistons, I think those are positives moving forward. Obviously, you don't want people to actually get into full-on fights. Some fans might want that. I don't want to see people get their face busted up and people get actually punched, because I would like to see the players play. But in terms of defending and protecting your teammates, I think this goes a really long way, right? Now we turn our direction to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They have had a down year compared to their last year. I get that they had a big change in their team. They were talking a lot about not having an identity, not being tough, and last night to respond after that, I said, was a very big thing. Right, for Anthony Edwards and for Julius Randle to take control of that game after that, I thought was really important. But I really got to commend Dante DiVincenzo. He is exactly what the New York Knicks are missing. Right, and we had him. And we let him go. Dante don't take shit from nobody. He did the same thing for the New York Knicks. Again, we talk about being an enforcer. I get that he's the smallest motherfucker on the court half the time, but he don't take shit from nobody. And when you're trying to fight and scrap with these teams that are more popular than you, teams that get more views and looks than you, you need a player to be like, hey, man, we're not taking that shit. And I got to give Dante his credit. He is one player you will see when he's in these situations. One, he don't back up. He don't back up, one. Two, he not one of those, when you see someone that's about to get into a fight and they keep pacing back and forth. You can tell they nervous. He's just standing there. He's just standing there not moving. It's kind of scary, low key. But we are missing that person for the New York Knicks. He's a thinker in every way on the court, right? I think he's a good decision maker. There's possessions where other guys would give the ball up a little bit early on fast breaks, and he's holding it, letting the play develop. Granted, some of the passes weren't amazing, but the idea was there. And even in this, right, thinking the game through in terms of, you guys not about to play with us on the court. Like, we're playing basketball, but you're not going to try to disrespect us, right? And I think that goes a really long way. Again, right after the scuffle, what does he do? Beelines it to Naz Reid. Understanding that Naz Reid is one of their star players. He is one of their key important pieces. And he was trying to protect, one, his teammates, but two, one of their star players. And again, it just shows a level of understanding that I think a lot of players don't display. And, you know, beyond being tough, beyond all of that stuff, he's got his teammates' backs, and he clearly thinks the game through. That's why we really miss that. We really miss that dude on New York.